Blue neon trembles on the frozen glass, like distant stars beneath the rain. The city moves so slowly past, a silent film of loss and pain. I stand where shadows learn to breathe, where midnight folds the world in blue. Every secret hides beneath the memory of you. The avenue is empty now, only echoes drift between, ghosts of conversations lost inside forgotten seams. And the night opens like a velvet womb, while your name floats beneath the silver moon. Ivory ghosts in blue neon, calling softly from beyond, through the silence, through the haze, through the ruins of our days. Ivory ghosts in blue neon, where every dream keeps holding on. I hear your voice inside the dark, a frozen light, a fading spark. A distant trumpet sighs alone, somewhere beyond the sleeping town. Its lonely cry of smoke and chrome rises up, then settles down. The piano barely touches air, a whisper dressed in minor keys, like fragile prayers left hanging there among the winter trees. Your silhouette still drifts through me, soft as perfume, cold as snow, a beautiful impossibility I cannot let go. And the dark moves like silk across the room, while your ghost blooms beneath a pale perfume. Ghosts in blue neon, calling softly from beyond, through the silence, through the haze, through the ruins of our days. Ivory ghosts in blue neon, where every dream keeps holding on. I hear your voice inside the dark, a frozen light, a fading spark. Footsteps remain, no letters survive, only the shape of longing keeping this night alive. The stars are distant witnesses watching from above, as memories become religion and absence becomes love. Slow motion snowfall, silver horizon, cold reflections, endless silence, one breath lingering, one glance remaining, one heart suspended, still waiting. Ivory ghost in blue neon, calling softly from beyond, through the silence, through the haze, through the ruins of our days. Ivory ghost in blue neon, where every dream keeps holding on. I hear your voice inside the dark, a frozen light, a fading spark. Fades into the distance, the city disappears below. Streetlights dissolve into the river, like diamonds melting in the snow. And somewhere beyond the edge of morning, beyond the reach of time and truth, a pale going, still calling through the silence, through the dark. Crew is suspended inside my heart. Inside my heart. The city is asleep beneath the frost. Streetlights trembling through the haze. Every road remembers what was lost. Every window holds a fading face. I walk alone through silver air, past empty taxis and neon signs. Your ghost is hanging everywhere, like cigarette smoke inside my mind. The river moves without a sound, black as velvet, cold as fate. And all the words we never found still linger by the gate. Slowly, the night unfolds its secret skin. Softly, you find a way to pull me in. White noise, hearts in frozen light, drifting through the longest night. Your shadow moves across my soul, like a memory I can't control. White noise, hearts fading slow, where the silent rivers flow. I hear your name inside the dark, a dying flame, a living spark. Piano breeze in distant rooms, half forgotten, soft and low. A lonely saxophone blooms somewhere only dreamers go. I feel your presence in the cold, a whisper underneath my skin, a story never fully told, a beautiful surrendering. Pale above the roofs, watching every secret fall. And somewhere hidden in the blue, you are still calling after all. Slowly, the darkness folds around my frame. Softly, the silence speaks your name. Hearts in frozen light, drifting through the longest night. Your shadow moves across my soul, like a memory I can't control. White noise, hearts fading slow, where the silent rivers flow. I hear your name inside the dark, a dying flame, a living spark. No promises are made, no photographs survive, only the shape of longing, keeping this dream alive. The world is far away now, beyond the winter sky. Just your voice inside the static, refusing to say goodbye. Cold air, silver breath, one touch, nothing left. Slow waves, dark tide, you remain inside. the silent rivers flow, I hear your name inside the dark. A dying flame, a living spark. The snow keeps falling through the blue. The city disappears from view, and somewhere deep beyond the dawn, your echo lingers on. White noise hurts, white noise hurts, still beating in the static, still beating in the dark. The elevator climbs through midnight air to a rooftop dressed in gold and black. 1,000 strangers everywhere, but I still feel the things I lack. Crystal laughter fills the room like diamonds falling through the dark. Yet every smile hides a little doom. Every flame protects a spark. I move like a rumor through the crowd, a silhouette they can't define. Beautifully lost, quietly proud, with danger in my eyes tonight. Champagne for the damned. Raise your glass and watch it burn. We're the souls who never learn how to stop when hearts are turned. Champagne for the damned, kissing fate beneath the stars, living softly with our scars, turning wounds into art. The piano drifts in minor tones, slow and distant through the haze, like old confessions left alone inside forgotten yesterdays. The saxophone breathes from the shadows, low as smoke across my skin. Every note unlocks a door I've tried so hard to keep sealed in. The city glitters far below, a kingdom built on fleeting dreams. Some people chase the light above, I fall for what the darkness means. Champagne for the damned, raise your glass and watch it burn. We're the souls who never learn how to stop when hearts are turned. Champagne for the damned, kissing fate beneath the stars, living softly with our scars, turning into art. No heroes here, no saints in white, just lonely hearts dressed for the night. One more dance, one more lie, one more beautiful goodbye. The bass rolls underneath me like thunder far away. The room dissolves around me and time begins to sway. Slow motion silhouettes drifting through silver smoke. Every glance a loaded gun, every touch a quiet hope. Champagne for the damned, raise your glass and watch it burn. We're the souls who never learn how to stop when hearts are turned. Champagne for the damned, kissing fate beneath the stars, living softly with our scars, turning wounds into art. Morning waits beyond the skyline, but I don't belong to dawn. The music music fades into the distance, yet the spell still lingers on. One last sip, one last flame, champagne for the damned, and nobody left to blame. The blue hour settles on the town like velvet poured across the sky. Neon reflections trickle down while restless clouds drift slowly by. The saxophone exhales a sigh from somewhere hidden in the dark. Its smoky melody flows high, then leaves a shadow on my heart. I sit alone beside the window with the night against my skin, and every passing car below feels like where you've already been. The room grows quiet, the air grows thin, and then your memory walks back in. Perfume in the blue wire, lingering after you've gone, like a spell upon the silence, like a slow unfinished song. Perfume in the blue hour, soft as smoking candlelight. You fade into the darkness, but never leave the night. The piano paints in shades of gold across the corners of the room. Its gentle chords unfold and fold like roses learning how to bloom. I feel your presence in the distance, like moonlight through a curtain drawn. A tender kind of resistance, refusing to be fully gone. The rain arrives without a warning, silver lines across the glass, and every drop becomes a story of a love that couldn't last. The city sleeps, the stars retreat, but your echo still moves through me. Perfume in the blue hour, lingering after you've gone, like a spell upon the silence, like a slow unfinished song. Perfume in the blue hour, soft as smoking candlelight. You fade into the darkness, but never leave the night. Stay a little longer inside this fading dream, where nothing has an ending and nothing is what it seems. The saxophone climbs higher, a flame beneath the rain, and for a moment I can almost touch your hand again. Perfume in the blue earth, lingering after you've gone, like a spell upon the silence, moon slips out of sight, but your perfume stays around me like velvet in the night. Still drifting, still glowing in the blue orb tonight. Falls through the cigarette haze like tiny stars losing their way. The room is floating between two worlds, too late for night, too soon for day. A saxophone lingers in the corner, holding notes that refuse to land. Each one drifts across the silence like a touch from an invisible hand. I watch the city through the window, blurred by rain and neon glow. Every light becomes a question only lonely hearts would know. Slowly the darkness opens wide. Softly you appear by my side. Gold dust on black velvet, shining where the shadows meet. A beautiful illusion moving underneath my feet. Gold dust on black velvet, falling through the midnight blue. Every spark inside the darkness carries me back to you. The piano speaks in whispers, barely louder than a breath. Its fragile chords hang weightless between desire and regret. Your memory arrives like moonlight across the surface of a glass, gentle as a fading heartbeat, too precious for the night to pass. Outside the rain keeps dancing on empty streets below, like silver threads of longing only the moon can sew. The room keeps turning, the clock stands still. The night knows secrets, the daylight never will. Gold dust on black velvet, shining where the shadows meet. A beautiful illusion moving underneath my feet. Gold dust on black velvet, falling through the midnight blue. Every spark inside the darkness carries me back to you. One glance across the smoke, one flame against the rain, one moment suspended, forever repeating again and again. And the saxophone rises slowly like a heart refusing sleep, and every note you left behind still belongs to me. Gold dust on black velvet, shining where the shadows meet. A beautiful illusion moving underneath my feet. Gold dust on black velvet, falling through the continues to sail. Gold dust, black velvet, lost in the blue, still finding you. The clock strikes 3 in a sleeping town. Snow falls through the neon glow. Every sound is slowing down, like a dream afraid to go. I sit beside a fogged up pane, tracing circles in the frost, watching headlights fade like rain, counting everything we lost. The room is filled with phantom light, soft reflections on the wall, and somewhere deep inside the night I hear your distant call. You arrive like drifting smoke, a silhouette of silver grace, a secret hidden in the cold, a shadow wearing your face. Black silk winter, hold me near, wrap me in your atmosphere. Every whisper, every sigh feels like stars that learn to cry. Black silk winter moves so slow through the frozen undertow. Your memory falls like velvet snow onto places only dreamers know. A lonely saxophone appears like moonlight crossing empty streets. Its fragile voice dissolves the years into slow and aching beats. The piano breathes in minor shades, soft as dust on old perfume, while every promise that we made floats like smoke across the room. I taste the silence on my lips, sweet and bitter all at once. 1,000 unfinished eclipses, hiding where the darkness runs. The city fades beneath the ice, the world becomes a distant blur. Nothing feels completely real except the trace of you, my love. Black silk winter, hold me near, wrap me in your atmosphere. Every whisper, every sigh feels like stars that learn to cry. Black silk winter moves so slow through the frozen undertow. Your memory falls like velvet snow onto places only dreamers know. No fire burns tonight, only pale blue light. No angels pass above, only echoes of our love. Time dissolves like glass into rivers of regret, and still I find your shadow in every cigarette. Slow breathing, cold ceiling, white moonlight, no feeling. One heartbeat, one desire, frozen ashes, hidden fire. Black silk winter, hold me near, wrap me in your atmosphere. Every whisper, every sigh feels like stars that learn to cry. Black silk winter moves so slow through the frozen undertow. Your memory falls like velvet snow onto places as only dreamers know. The night grows thinner, the snow drifts on. Your ghost still dances where the music's gone. And in the quiet after everything, I still see your silhouette moving through the black silk winter, again and again. Smoke between two heartbeats slow, hanging in the pale streetlight. Loose drums barely start to flow, then vanish back into the night. Electric bass like whispered breath, moving under fractured skin. Every silence feels like death, pulling everything within. Silver piano, soft decay, like a memory out of tune. Every note forgets to stay underneath a falling moon. And I feel you, not as touch, but as distance made of it. Smoke between two heartbeats now, where your name dissolves in me. I don't know what I allow, but I let it softly be. Hold me in the fading glow, where nothing needs to speak. Every moment moves so slow, it almost feels complete. Smoke between two heartbeats, still alive, still thin. Smoke between two heartbeats, where I begin. Saxophone in distant mist, like a voice I used to know. Every sound I've ever missed comes and goes and won't let go. Analog paths stretch through space, like a slow emotional tide. I can almost see your face in the shadows that collide. You exist in aftertone, in the spaces left behind. Every place I walk alone, you are softly redefined. And I drift without resistance through the hollow you became. Smoke between two heartbeats now, where your name dissolves in me. I don't know what I allow, but I let it softly be. Hold me in the fading glow, where nothing needs to speak. Every moment moves so slow, it almost feels complete. Smoke between two heartbeats, still alive, still thin. Smoke between two heartbeats, where I begin. No direction, no return, only vapor in the air. No confession, no concern, only absence everywhere. The city breathes a muted motion, like a dream without a name. And I dissolve into devotion to what will never change. Smoke between two heartbeats now, still drifting through my mind. Every silence shows me how to leave myself behind. Velvet static in a hollow room where the ceiling learns to breathe again. Every shadow folds into the gloom like a secret drowned in rain. Ultra slow drums barely touch the floor like a thought too tired to remain. And the piano opens every door, then forgets it once again. You were here but never fully real, just a flicker in the analog haze. Something I could almost feel, then lose in endless ways. And I listen to the silence bending like it knows your name. I confess you in the static light, when no one else survives the sound. A trembling voice in endless night that never fully settles down. Hold me in the spaces in between, where reality dissolves to air. I am everything you might have been, and everything you were not there. Velvet static calling through my skin. Velvet static, let the memory begin. Sub-bass pulses like a fading ghost, almost nothing, almost gone. Every moment I loved you most keeps dissolving into dawn. Saxophone sighs from a distant stare like a voice I used to know by heart. Trumpet cries into nowhere air, pulling everything apart. I don't speak, I let it fracture slow. Every word becomes a stain. Even silence starts to glow with your absence in my vein. And I fall without resistance into your after sound. I confess you in the static light, where no one else survives the sound. A trembling voice in endless night that never fully settles down. Hold me in the spaces in between, where reality dissolves to air. I am everything you might have been, and everything you were not there. Velvet static calling through my skin. Velvet static, let the memory begin. No truth line, no signal, only drifting frequency. No distance, no rival, only what you left in me. The room expands into distortion, like a dream that lost control. And I become the quiet portion of a fractured, endless soul. I confess you in the static light, where even time forgets my name. Every whisper turns to night, every silence feels the same. Stay inside this broken signal, where the dark becomes a voice. Velvet static in my body, and I never had a choice. Static, still calling, static, still lost, static. You never gone, just noise. The city wears a silver bruise tonight. Streetlights tremble in a veil of rain. Every shadow knows my secret name. Every window hums a slow refrain. Smoke curls softly from an empty bar. Old sax whispers from another life. The moon hangs low above the boulevard, like a witness holding every light. I move slowly through the velvet dark, leaving traces no one ever keeps. Your memory follows like a stolen spark, drifting through the corridors of sleep. And I know you still feel me in the silence, like a ghost beneath your skin. Midnight calls me through the velvet smoke, pulling me where broken hearts still glow. Every breath is a secret left untold. Every touch leaves a shadow made of gold. Stay a little longer in the dark with me, where the night forgets what we should be. Lost between desire and destiny. Midnight calls through the velvet smoke. Dusty records turning soft and slow under neon painted shades of blue. The room is floating somewhere far below, while my thoughts keep circling back to you. I can't taste the thunder in your eyes, feel it moving underneath my skin, like a film that never truly ends, like a sin I would surrender to again. The piano falls like scattered black pearls across the hollow chambers of my mind, and every note becomes a whispered world, where your voice is all I ever find. And I know you still linger in the echoes of the dreams I never leave. Midnight calls me through the velvet smoke, pulling me where broken hearts still glow. Every breath is a secret left untold. Every touch leaves a shadow made of gold. Stay a little longer in the dark with me, where the night forgets what we should be. Lost between desire and destiny. Midnight call through the velvet smoke. Slow motion hearts beneath the fading sign, crimson reflections dancing on the glass. Time dissolves into the afterglow. Nothing here was ever built to last. Still I rise like perfume in the darkness, like a dream you cannot hold. Midnight calls me through the velvet smoke, where forgotten lovers drift alone. Every wound becomes a velvet rose, blooming where the coldest rivers flow. Stay a little longer in the dark with me, let the silence write our melody. Lost between the truth and fantasy. Midnight call through the velvet smoke. Velvet, velvet smoke. Velvet, velvet smoke. Your name fading through the velvet smoke. Into the night, into the night. Into the night. forgets our names too easily, like ink washed from a broken page. Every sound dissolves so evenly into a slower kind of ache. Dusty drums are barely touching ground, like distant thoughts I can't define. You'll be piano circles round and round inside a softer state of mind. Low bass murmurs under glass and smoke, like a secret learning how to breathe. Everything we had but never spoke still lingers underneath. And I drift through your absence, turning into something almost real. The night forgets our names but not our sound. It keeps the echo of your touch alive. I am everywhere you once were found and nowhere you survive. Hold me in the silence between time, where even memory feels thin, where every heartbeat breaks its own design and lets you in again. The night forgets our names, but not the way we burn. The night forgets our names, but never what we learn. Smoky saxophone and slow decay, like a voice dissolving into air. Every note refuses to stay, but still pretends you're there. Tilted chords like rainfall in the dark, softly falling out of phase. Every moment leaves a fragile mark that never fully fades. Your reflection moves across the room like a shadow made of glass, and I keep returning to the wound that never seems to pass. And I feel the weight of nothing more than anything I know. The night forgets our names but not our sound. It keeps the echo of your touch alive. I am everywhere you once were found and nowhere you survive. Hold me in the silence between time, where even memory feels thin. Every heartbeat breaks its own design and lets you in again. The night forgets our names, but not the way we burn. The night forgets our names, but never what we learn. No return line, no direction, only drifting afterglow. No confession, no correction, only what we'll never know. The city bends into reflection, like a dream without a face, and I become the soft connection between you and empty space. The night forgets our names but not our sound, still ringing through the hollow air. I am everything that's not yet found and everything not there. Hold me where the silence feels like home, where the dark remembers pain. The night forgets our names alone, but I don't feel the same. Gone, still calling, still near. You're near. Your name in echoes disappears. Silk shadows crawl across the glass tonight, like slowing, bleeding through a dream. Every streetlight hums a softer light than anything it seems. Dusty brushes barely touch the air, like forgotten footsteps in a hall. Never piano lingers somewhere there, but never quite resolves it all. Low bass breeze like a distant tide, almost felt then pulled away. And I keep you on the other side of everything I cannot say. And I drift in this velvet static between your name and mine. Silk shadows over the city glow, moving like a secret through my skin. I become the place you'll never know, and the space you might have been. Hold me in the hush between the lights, where desire learns to disappear. Every moment softens into night when you are not here. Silk shadows touching everything I feel. Silk shadows making nothing real. Smoky saxophone and fractured lines slowly folding into air, like a memory that never defines if it was ever there. Faded chords like distant rainfall fall across the edges of my mind. Every silence seems to call from a place I left behind. Your absence moves in gentle waves through the architecture of my breath. Even love behaves like it behaves after something close to death. And I feel the weight of distance more than touch could give. Silk shadows over the city glow, moving like a secret through my skin. I become the place you'll never know, and the space you might have been. Hold me in the hush between the lights, where desire learns to disappear. Every moment softens into night when you are not here. Silk shadows touching everything I feel. Silk shadows making nothing real. No direction, no return, only floating in between. No confession, no concern, only what was never seen. The city breathes in quiet fracture, like a dream without a frame. And I dissolve into the after of a slowly fading name. Silk shadows over the city slow, drifting where the cold winds bend. I become the afterglow of something without end. Hold me in this quiet motion, where the dark becomes my name. Silk shadows in slow devotion, calling you again. Still moving, still gone, still gone. City still breathing on and on. I write your name and drift in smoke tonight. frozen phase before our finish line. The city hums in muted shades of light, while everything around me feels like time. Dusty brushes whisper on the floor, like footsteps from a room I used to know. You the pen who opens every door, then lets the memory go. Warm low basses breathing underneath, like a secret never said out loud. Every silence wraps around my grief, soft and slow and strangely proud. And I feel you in the spaces between motion, where nothing ever stays. Midnight letters written into smoke, vanishing before they reach your skin. I become the words I never spoke, in the silence I'm trapped in. Hold me where the shadows learn to glow, where desire moves in slow rewind. Every heartbeat rises soft and low, then dissolves inside my mind. Midnight letters, never sent, never read. Midnight letters, still inside my head. Smoky saxophone and layered tones, slowly bending through the dark, like a voice that never finds a home, but still leaves a perfect mark. Your reflection lingers in the glass, half a memory, half a flame. Every second that we couldn't last calls me softly by your name. And the log paths stretch across the air, like a velvet tide of fading blue. I keep finding traces everywhere that all still lead me back to you. And I fall into your echo without resistance now. Midnight letters written into smoke, vanishing before they reach your skin. I become the words I never spoke, in the silence I'm trapped in. Hold me where the shadows learn to glow, where desire moves in slow rewind. Every heartbeat rises soft and low, then dissolves inside my mind. Midnight letters, never sent, never read. Midnight letters, still inside my head. No reply, no direction, only drifting afterthought. No forgiveness, no correction, only everything we lost. The room expands in velvet pressure, like a dream that won't release. And I dissolve into the texture of a slow, emotional release. Midnight letters written into smoke, burning softly in the dimming light. Every word I never spoke is still alive tonight. Hold me in this fragile motion, where the dark becomes a friend. Midnight letters, still in ocean of a night that never ends. Smoke still writing, still gone. Your name in silence, moving on. There's no light in the champagne room. only gold dying in the gloom. Only heels on a marble floor, and a heart that don't knock no more. Smoke curls up like a slow ballet. I let the silence undress the day. Your eyes follow, but they move too late. I was born to vanish, not to wait. Red lips pressed to an empty glass. Love comes sweet, then it never lasts. You call my name like a soft regret, like I'm the one thing you can't forget. I don't need your mercy, I don't wear your chains. I learned how to look like heaven while dancing in the rain. No light in the champagne room, just my perfume and the blue, blue gloom. Low sax crying through the dark, like it knows exactly who you are. No light in the champagne room, just slow desire and a little doom. You come close, but I slip right through, like midnight does when it's done with you. Little piano under my skin, playing old sins over again. Sub bass moving like a hidden vein, soft and deep like remember pain. I smile like a lie you wanna trust, like lace and danger dressed in dust. My voice falls down in silver lines, a little poison, a little wine. You reach for warmth, I give you flame, just enough to mark your name. Then I lean back into the haze and leave you there in the violet gray. I don't break in public, I don't beg, I sway. I let the room keep turning while I slowly drift away. No light in the champagne room, just my perfume and the bloom. A low sax crying through the dark, like it knows exactly who you are. No light in the champagne room, just slow desire and a little doom. You come close, but I slip right through, like midnight does when it's done with you. You want the girl with the soft halo, the one who stays when the clock moves slow. But I'm a film with the ending burned, a lesson touched but never learned. I was made for the after hours, for broken men and wilting flowers, for whispered deals and half-seen faces, for holy sins in hidden places. So if I kiss you, hold it loose, I was never yours to lose. I'm just a fever in a long black dress, a beautiful lake you won't confess. No light in the champagne room, only my shadow and a falling moon. That old sax trembling in the air, like a secret neither of us can bear. No light in the champagne room, only the scent of a sweet perfume. You come close, but I fade from view, like midnight does when it's done with you. Dust on gold and gold on shame, you'll still be whispering my name when the last slow trumpet fades its tune. No light in the champagne room. Rainwater glows on Canal Street, blue reflections beneath my feet. The city breathing tired sighs under flickering hotel signs. Your shadow waits beneath the glow of black satin moving slow. Muni piano leaks downstairs like lonely prayers dissolving in air. A trumpet cries from far away, soft and broken through the haze, while smoke curls around your face like fragile ghosts without a place. You look at me through silver light, half disappearing into night, and every heartbeat in this room feels suspended over doom. You whisper slowly, like moonlight through cracked glass, and suddenly the whole world's too fast. Velvet silence on Canal Street. Blue are drifting through the rain. Two restless souls beneath the neon, trying not to drown again. Touch me like the fading saxophone, floating low through midnight air, like the final cigarette burning between despair and prayer. Dusty vinyl turning slow, old jazz buried under snow. Your perfume lingers on my skin like beautiful original sin. Outside the subway hums below, an iron river moving slow, and every stranger passing by looks like a memory in disguise. Your high voice rises soft and pale, like angels trapped inside a veil. Long trembling notes above the dark, leaving gold inside my heart. The tape hiss breathes beneath the room, soft as flowers left to bloom, inside a world too cold to save, too haunted to behave. And your eyes still hold oceans after storms, still shine softly through the wall. Velvet silence on Canal Street. Blue are drifting through the rain. Two restless souls beneath the neon, trying not to drown again. Touch me like the fading saxophone, floating low through midnight air, like the final cigarette burning between despair and prayer. No heaven waiting past tonight, only smoke and fluorescent light, only empty bars at closing time, and lonely hearts committing crimes. But your voice rises through the silence, pure and thin and crystalline. Long notes hanging over midnight like halos over shattered lives. And for one suspended moment, the city disappears from view, leaving only moonlight, tape haze, and you. Velvet silence on Canal Street, while the whole world fades to blue, while distant trumpets drown forever inside the avenue. Hold me like a final secret, too sacred now to say. red trumpet, rain on windows, blue reflections down the hall, your voice trembling above the silence like heaven right before the fall. Blue static trembling through the blinds, 4 a.m. and the city's blind. Cold elevators hum below like tired ghosts too numb to go. Your lipstick stains the crystal glass, a fragile wound from nights that passed. Smoke curls slow around your hair like broken prayers left in the air. The jukebox bleeds a dying tune, sad trumpet crying at the moon, and every second drips like rain through silver wires in my veins. You move slowly like danger wrapped in velvet skin, and I keep sinking further in. Dance with me slowly inside the blue neon sorrow, where lost hearts flicker like motel signs waiting for tomorrow. Touch me softly like smoke against the window pane, two lonely souls in static light, trying not to break again. Dark bourbon melting into ice, your whisper cuts me thin as knives. Outside the subway screams below, a tired beast moving slow. Cheap perfume and hotel sheets, cold jazz drifting through the heat. Your shadow stretches down the hall like somebody about to fall. I hear you breathing in the dark, soft and distant as a spark, and every silence in this room blooms like flowers made of doom. And you smile like someone hiding storms inside, beautiful and terrified. Dance with me slowly inside the blue neon sorrow, where lost hearts flicker like motel signs waiting for tomorrow. Touch me softly like smoke against the window pane, two lonely souls in static light, trying not to break again. No angels left to call us home, no daylight left inside our bones. Only the saxophone remains, bleeding gold into the rain. Your voice trembles soft as vinyl, spinning low beneath the dark, and my soul keeps drifting farther like a train without a spark. Dance with me slowly while the whole night disappears, while every pale street light outside drowns inside our fears. Hold me gently like the last song on the wire, two frozen ghosts beneath the smoke, burning beautifully in fire. Blue static fading, tape hiss, breathing moonlight dying. shadows curl around your skin. Every movement a secret within. The piano drips like rain. Every chord a quiet pain. Dusty drums brush the floor, pulling me into your allure. Soft bass hums beneath the night, drawing out forbidden light. Saxophone whispers far away, like a memory that wants to stay. And now the cats float, slowly swell, a hidden story they can't tell. You lean closer, I can feel it all, every breath, a whispered call in the space between your eyes. I see truth, I see disguise. You're the luminous veil I can't escape. Every glance a slow hypnotic shape. Pull me in where darkness sighs, soft and deep beneath your eyes. Hold me here, suspended in flame, where nothing lives, but nothing's the same. Even if the night dissolves to gray, I linger where your shadows stay. Fades to haze, every note a clandestine phrase. Saxophone curls around my chest, a smoky touch, a subtle quest. Bass pulses whisper underneath, like the pulse of some forbidden grief. Drums brush lightly, slow restraint, fingers tracing what remains. Analog paths drift overhead, filling a space where words have fled. Your gaze, a spark in dark attire, pulls me deeper into desire. You move closer, a siren unseen. Every silence a midnight scene, low in warmth beneath our skin, drawing me into your sin. You're the luminous veil I can't escape. Every glance a slow hypnotic shape. Pull me in where darkness sighs, soft and deep beneath your eyes. Hold me here, suspended in flame, where nothing lives, but nothing's the same. Even if the night dissolves to gray, I'll linger where your shadows stay. Don't speak, let it breathe. Every moment makes me leave, yet I linger in your haze, lost forever in your gaze. You're the luminous veil I can't escape. Every glance a slow hypnotic shape. Pull me in where darkness sighs, soft and deep beneath your eyes. Hold me here, suspended in flame, where nothing lives, but nothing's the same. Even if the night dissolves to gray, I'll linger where your shadows stay. Red neon bleeding on the rain, slow taxi shadows down the lane. Your high heels echo soft and thin, like fragile crimes against my skin. The bar downstairs still hums in blue, old jazz record soaked in rue. A smoky trumpet fades away like love too tired to beg to stay. You sit beside the window light, half disappearing into night-long black gloves, pale silver eyes holding storms you never hide. And every word you almost say falls like ashes in the haze, beautiful and cold enough to make silence feel like love. You breathe slowly, like danger wrapped in velvet smoke, and my soul cracks open every time you choke on hope. Cigarettes beneath red neon, two shadows drifting out of time, slow dancing through abandoned heartbeats on the edge of goodbye. Touch me softly, like the rain against the fire escape, like the last kiss before the darkness takes our names away. Bourbon trembling in your hand like broken glass and wedding bands. Outside the midnight subway groans a lonely animal of chrome. Your perfume stains the hotel air, soft as sins we used to share. And all the ghosts inside this room bloom like roses without bloom. I hear the tape is breathing low, like winter underneath the snow. Every second dripping black, like no tomorrow coming back. The city flickers far below, a dying sea of afterglow, and your reflection in the glass looks like someone built to last. But your eyes still carry empty churches inside, still burn softly like abandoned candlelight. Cigarettes beneath red neon, two shadows drifting out of time, slow dancing through abandoned heartbeats on the edge of goodbye. Touch me softly, like the rain against the fire escape, like the last kiss before the darkness takes our names away. No salvation left to find, only smoke and velvet nights, only saxophones dissolving into pale fluorescent light. And your voice soft and haunted, like a prayer half erased by rain. Every note becomes a memory too beautiful to explain. Cigarettes beneath red neon, while the whole world fades to black, while lonely angels drown in static and never make it back. Hold me slowly, like a secret no one else could save. Two frozen souls inside the midnight, learning how to fade. saxophone dying, rainwater shining on the street. Your shadow lingers next to mine now, soft, broken, incomplete.